Good evening. Welcome to the City of Shelbyville Mayor and City Council regular meeting for April 11th, 2024 at 6 p.m. So we want to begin our meeting. I'm going to ask our police officer to call us to order, please.
All rise. April the 11th, 2024, the meeting of the Shelbyville City Council is about to commence. Please silence all cell phones and noise-making devices. We ask that you remain standing for the invocation of the Pledge of Allegiance. At the conclusion of tonight's meeting, this building will return to a secured place. We ask that if any business to conduct following the meeting, to do so within 5 minutes and depart from the building forthwith.
Thank you, sir. I'll ask Pastor Jonathan Sims to come forward. He's our chaplain for the Shelbyville Police Department to offer our prayer tonight.
Let's pray together. Lord, it's just a privilege and an honor to be able to stand here tonight and do what you command me to do all the time, and that is to pray for those that are in authority, that lead us. And your word promises, Lord, that we'll be able to live a quiet and a peaceable life, and I know we all desire that. And Lord, I pray for our leaders. We love them. We respect them. You command us to honor them, and it's a joy to honor them. And God, the principal thing is wisdom. You said with all of our getting, we're to get wisdom. And so, God, please give these men and women wisdom as they guide us. Please give them wisdom as they lead us. I'm not aware, Lord, none of us are, of all the weight that they bear and the burdens that they carry, but I know many times they're heavy. I just pray this evening, Lord, that they know we appreciate them and we're thankful for them. And we give you thanks for them, Lord. And so bless them as they lead us. And I just pray, God, that as citizens, especially those of us that are Christians, that we would honor them and commit to pray for them regularly and lift them up to you. And so, Lord, guide this meeting this evening and all the areas of our community that are represented here. And Father, I make my prayer in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Beautiful. Thank you, Pastor. If you would join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. Thank you. All right, I'll ask Ms. Lisa Smith, our city recorder, to give us a roll call, please.
Councilmember Christie.
Here.
Councilmember Ewing.
Present.
Councilmember Feldhouse.
Here.
Councilmember Hale.
Here.
Councilmember Isaacs. Here. Councilmember Turnbow.
Here.
Mr. Mayor, you do have a quorum, all members present.
Thank you. All right, the adoption of the agenda. I'll need a motion. If you've already, everybody should have already looked that over. Do I have a motion to
I'm
approve
sorry,
that?
if I could,
Okay.
I would like to, no, I didn't tell you, I'm sorry, it's my fault. I would like to ask that we remove item on the consent agenda, item A, small letter A, the study session minutes from March the 5th. I did not get those completed and out to council prior to this meeting. All the other minutes are in the packet, just those were excluded. So if we could just remove those, amend the agenda to remove that item.
I move we amend the agenda to remove item AA.
Second. All right, all in favor to adopt as amended? Say aye.
Aye.
Okay, now let's adopt the agenda as amended. Do I have a motion to do that? Motion to adopt. Second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor say aye. Okay, all right, the next item is public comments. Do we have anyone Lisa?
No, Mayor, no one signed up.
All right. We'll ask the city manager, Mr. Scott Collins, to give us his report.
Thank you, Mayor. A couple of things I just want to touch on briefly. The contractors with the North Britain Street Drainage Project has finished up their segment of the project. Public Works is on site now, and we're hoping within the next week or two to be able to open up the one lane that has been closed. And then probably within 4 to 6 weeks, we'll have the project completed and be asking the mayor and city council to do ribbon cutting to reopen North Britain. It's been closed for a couple of years or so. So we're really looking forward to that. We had spoke briefly at the study session about modifying an ordinance to depict relating to camping on public property. We just need to do a little more research, so it was taken off the agenda, but it will come back around during the May meeting cycle. Mayor, at this time, that's all of it.
Any questions for our city manager on that? Okay, our next item is consent agenda. All items in this portion of the agenda are considered to be routine and non-controversial by the council and may be approved by one motion. However, a council member may request that an item be removed for separate consideration. A, approval of city council minutes of the following. We've taken the small a out. B is a regular meeting of March the 14th, 2024. C is special call meeting of February the 26th, 2024. D is special call meeting of March 26, 2024. All right. Capital B, accept all monthly reports for the month of March. C, accept treasurer's report for the month of February. D, approval of accounts payable for the month of March. E, accept the city of Shelbyville's audited financial statements and supplementary information for fiscal year ending June the 30th, 2023, prepared by Winnet Associates, PLLC. F, authorize and approve a July the 1st, 2024 renewal of the city's medical insurance with Blue Cross Blue Shield at a rate increase of 5% with the same current coverage. Also authorize renewal of dental insurance and vision coverage at the current rates, no increase, and current benefits. G, approve the request of the State of Tennessee Aeronautics Division for an additional $5,000 being offered for the annual aeronautics maintenance grant and authorize the mayor to sign any necessary related documents. H, authorize the mayor to sign a letter of interest expressing interest in conversations concerning possible electric vehicle infrastructure at the Shelbyville Municipal Airport. I, approve and adopt the AI usage policy for the city of Shelbyville as recommended by the IT director. All right, does anyone wish to remove any item? Okay, I'll need a motion to approve as read.
So moved.
I'll need a second.
Second.
Okay, can we have a roll call vote, please, Lisa?
Councilmember Feldhouse,
Yes.
Councilmember Ewing,
Yes.
Councilmember Hale,
Yes.
Councilmember Christie,
Yes.
Councilmember Isaacs. Yes. Councilmember Turnbow.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, public hearings is the next item, and there's none. The next thing would be the consideration of a motion to allow our city attorney, Ms. Schaffner, to read captions only on the ordinance and resolution. And I hope we have a motion on that to approve.
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. All right, thank you. Old business, none. Ordinances, second and final reading, none. New business, ordinance.
Okay. Item A is an ordinance to amend the City Code of Ordinances, Title I, Administration, Officers, and Personnel, Chapter 14, Purchasing Department, Purchasing Procedures, and to repeal any and all ordinances in conflict herewith and providing for an effective date.
Okay, do I have a motion to approve that or to amend it?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, do we have any discussion on that before we take a roll call vote? All right, no discussion. Let's take a roll call vote, please, Lisa.
Councilmember Turnbow,
Yes.
Councilmember Isaacs. Yes. Councilmember Christie,
Yes.
Councilmember Hale,
Yes.
Councilmember Ewing.
Yes.
Councilmember Fellows.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, B,
Your second item is an ordinance to amend the City Code of Ordinances, Title I, Administration, Officers, and Personnel, Chapter 15, Travel Reimbursement Regulations, and to repeal any and all ordinances in conflict herewith and providing for an effective date.
okay. Do I have a motion to amend that city code?
Motion.
Second.
All right, I have a second, all right. Any discussion on that, what we're talking about? All right, let's have a roll call vote, please.
Councilmember Ewing,
Yes.
Councilmember Hale,
Yes.
Councilmember Christie.
Yes.
Councilmember Isaacs. Yes. Councilmember Turnbow,
Yes.
Councilmember Feldhouse.
Yes.
Thank you.
That is approved. C,
Your third item is an ordinance of the Shelbyville City Code of Ordinances, Title 8, Health and Sanitation, Chapter 10, Sewer Use Ordinance, Section 2, General Sewer Use Requirements, Subsection 2.1, Use of Public Sewers, and Appendix A, Pollutant Parameters. You will notice that this is slightly different than what's on your agenda. Lisa went back in, we realized that we did not quote the actual municipal code section, so that's been amended, a caption.
okay. Do we have a motion to approve that, to amend that?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, any discussion on that, what we're discussing there? Anything you need to say on that, Scott, or anything? Okay, all right. If there's no discussion, let's have a roll call vote, please, Lisa.
Councilmember Isaacs. Yes. Councilmember Turnbow.
Yes.
Councilmember Feldhouse.
Yes.
Councilmember Ewing.
Yes.
Councilmember Hale.
Yes.
Councilmember Christie.
Yes.
Thank you. And all three of these ordinances will be on the May 9th agenda for a public hearing and a second reading.
All right, that's approved, thank you. Resolutions, A.
Your first item is a resolution of the mayor and city council of the city of Shelbyville, Tennessee, authorizing a grant application with the state of Tennessee Department of Agriculture for animal-friendly spay-neuter grant.
Okay, do we have a motion on that?
Motion.
All right, do we have a second?
Second.
All right, any discussion on that grant application? All right, let's have a roll call vote, please, Lisa.
Councilmember Hale.
Yes.
Councilmember Christie.
Yes.
Councilmember Isaacs. Yes. Councilmember Turnbow.
Yes.
Councilmember Feldhouse.
Yes.
And Councilmember Ewing.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, that grant application is authorized. B.
Your second item is a resolution of the city of Shelbyville, Tennessee, authorizing a grant application to the Department of Homeland Security, the FEMA Grant Program Directorate, and Assistance to Firefighter Safer Grant, staffing for adequate fire and emergency response.
Do I have a motion on that grant application?
So moved.
All right, do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, any discussion on that?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. Okay, in applying for that SAFER grant, did I hear where the potential hiring of additional staff can't be in the budget if that grant is being applied to? So here we are coming up on budget time. How does that work? I mean, and then you may not be granted the grant.
Scott or Kay, you want to take that? Okay.
You would just do a budget amendment. If you don't get the grant and you still need the personnel, then you come in with a budget amendment like we did this last year where we added 3 firefighters during the year. But if you pre-budget it, it looks like you don't need it because you've already budgeted it. So you wait, hear from the grant. We normally hear end of September. And then if we get it, it's great. If we don't, y'all can approve to hire 3, 6, or whatever, and we'll just do a budget amendment.
Thank you.
Good question. Thank you. Thank you, Kay, our city treasurer, Kay Parker. Okay, any other discussion on that?
I'm sorry, I just wanted to let everyone know, I handed out a copy of the ordinance, the resolution. When we presented it to you at the study session, we didn't have the figures in there, but they are in the bottom paragraphs that show how many firefighters and the, benefit we would get if we got it each year, and the salary that would, be our responsibility at year 4.
Thank you. Chief Doak, it's good to see you tonight.
Thanks, sir.
All right, any other discussion on that? All right, do I have, a roll call, please, Lisa?
Councilmember Christie?
Yes.
Councilmember Isaacs? Yes. Councilmember Turnbow?
Yes.
Councilmember Feldhouse?
Yes.
Councilmember Ewing?
Yes.
Councilmember Hale?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, that grant application is approved. C, please.
Your third and final item under resolution is a resolution of the mayor and city council of the city of Shelbyville, Tennessee, acknowledging and authorizing a grant contract in the amount of $25,000 with the State of Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security for the Tennessee Highway Safety Office grant for fiscal year 2025.
Okay, do I have a motion on that resolution?
So move.
Okay,
Second.
do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, any discussion on that?
If I could, Mr. Mayor, this was not on your study session. It came up after the study session, but it is an annual grant that the police department applies for. There is no local match to the $25,000, and we use it for DUI enforcement.
Okay, thank you for that information. Any other discussion on that? If not, we'll have a roll call vote. Lisa, please.
Councilmember Feldhouse?
Yes.
Councilmember Ewing?
Yes.
Councilmember Hale?
Yes.
Councilmember Christie?
Yes.
Councilmember Isaacs? Yes. Councilmember Turnbow?
Yes.
Thank you.
That is approved. All right, business items. A, consideration of a motion to approve a local tourism grant to the Gilliland Historical Research Center Incorporated for the 2024 Juneteenth celebration to be held on June the 15th, 2024. This will be paid from the fiscal year 24 hotel motel budget appropriated for tourism. Do I have a motion to approve that?
For $2,500, is that? So move.
Well,
No.
Well, there's, no, you have to make, it doesn't have a dollar figure in the amount, so you have to decide that.
Go ahead.
Okay, I guess I was looking at what was presented as the thing.
Yeah.
Sorry. Somebody wanted something different?
Go ahead, Scott.
An application was received and they're requesting $2,500. However, in September of 2023, City Council approved guidelines on the various funding amounts. And for a one-day event like this, the maximum amount in accordance to policy would be $1,000. So staff recommendation is to authorize $1,000.
Thank you for clearing me up. I read that. I'm sure the rest of you probably did too. Any other discussion on that? Looking forward to that celebration.
are there any?
If we have a motion, go ahead.
I'm sorry, do you need a
No,
motion?
we don't have a motion yet.
Not yet.
I'll make the motion, we do $1,000 for
Okay.
policy.
Okay. Second, do I have a second on that motion?
That's it.
Okay, all right. All right, now discussion.
Yes,
please.
Mr. Mayor, are there guidelines or any restrictions on any of the nonprofits actually coming and repeating, whether it be on an annual basis or semi-annual, every other year or what have you? I mean, we have not set anything in place, as far as that goes, so.
Do we still have something in nonprofits? Before I was elected, did they have some kind of a motion that they had approved, a resolution or ordinance about nonprofits and what we would donate, do you remember? Anyone?
There's a difference between nonprofits and this is tourism.
This is tourism,
Yeah.
right.
Right.
Okay. I just want to make sure that's clear.
I don't think that there is, you're talking about a limitation, if somebody could come, will limit every year or every 2 years. I'm not aware of one. I don't recall one.
Does council not want to do that? I mean,
You mean,
I don't understand what you want to do.
to apply?
You want to do it case by case, or you want to do it on a yearly basis?
well, I don't think that it would be fair case by case. I think it should be a blanket if it's going to be put in place. I think that it just, I mean, this, you cannot come back for 2 years, or you can't come back next year, or I think there needs to be something, maybe, or maybe not, or maybe not.
Anybody else have any thoughts on
That's
that?
fine. I was just,
If somebody didn't have it the next year or something like that because of weather or because of COVID or something like that right there, is that what you're kind of talking about? If we didn't do it, if they didn't ask for it each year, is that what you're kind of asking?
I was just asking, should the council put in any restrictions for that organization or entity not to come back every year? But if it's fine with the council, that's fine.
You're saying like you could only receive the grant once every 2 years, every 3 years.
Well,
That's what you're
I
saying.
mean, if you
Yeah,
have several that
Right.
come before the council and ask for money, I mean, it would be a little more fair for it to be kind of spread amongst different organizations. But if you got the same ones, it's kind of makes it a little more difficult. And I'd like to say something else. I'm hoping that it doesn't set any type of, I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but kind of, sort of. But we're giving this the $1,000. That's the maximum of this one-day event. So that kind of could almost seem like the next person would question, how did you determine the maximum of that one-day event when I have a one-day event, but I'm only getting 500? I mean, it's just something that kind of makes me think.
That's a good question.
Anybody have any thoughts on that?
I don't want someone to feel rained on.
Right. I understand exactly.
To give one 1,000. one
Yeah, but you
5,000.
give another one and they're having the same, type of thing. So I'm just throwing those things out because it can get a little sticky.
Anyone else have any thoughts on that?
That's kind of the problem that we have by presenting each one of these requests to the council. Each time, as we said earlier, we should have a process to make an application and a recommendation from a group or staff or something based on a policy. Right now, we don't have much of a policy, so it falls into the political lap of these 6 people here.
Right.
And my judgment is always, the more people involved in the event, the more money, and the more heads in beds, the more money.
Right.
But it can get political if my organization wants the money versus your organization, but I don't see that in this issue. I haven't heard of that yet, but I can see where it can open up a can of worms.
Yeah.
It could.
But for the motion on this one, I guess. I see your point.
Any other discussion? All right, we have a motion and a second, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes.
we'll have a roll call vote, please.
Okay.
Thank you. As you.
Yes.
Councilmember Turnbow,
Yes.
Councilmember Feldhouse,
Yes.
Councilmember Ewing,
Yes.
Councilmember Hale,
Yes.
Councilmember Christie.
Yes.
Councilmember Isaacs. Yes. Thank you.
All right, the next item is appointments. Gosh, I've got plenty of those. County Board of Equalization, 2024, 2025, and I have a name there, Joanne. Go ahead, Lisa, if you would.
Gone.
Is Ms. Gaunt with us? Okay, all right. And that would be the city representative, and that is for a 2-year term.
I only have one meeting a year, so she's not gonna have to
I'll
work
take
too
it.
hard.
You got anything with
A week, yeah. Yeah, they meet for a week.
Never
Okay, do we need a,
It won't hurt, we can go ahead, I
Okay.
can't remember, so it's better to be safe than sorry.
all right, let's have, if we have an approval on that, let's, all those in favor of Ms. Goff taking that position, would you say aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, thank you. Appreciate that person volunteering. We have a lot of volunteers on committees and boards and it's great to have that in the city of Shelbyville. Park Board, student member, we're going to defer that because we do not have a candidate at this time, is that correct?
Yes, my dear, I need to get a hold of the person that's been recommended to me, and I haven't been able to reach them yet, so we'll defer that to May. I'll reach out to them and
All right.
get you an answer.
Okay, all right, the next thing is announcements. Does anybody have any announcements?
Fall cleanup is starting
Fall
on,
cleanup.
all cleanup starts on Monday. Hey, listen.
Just hit
That's
something.
not as bad as the night that I kept calling Councilmember Feldhouse by another name. Not understanding why he wouldn't answer it.
All right, we'll let you go ahead and say what you need to say.
Spring cleanup starts on Monday and goes through Thursday of next week on your regular trash day.
Okay, any other announcements? That is an important item, and I hope you read, kind of what you can do on that as far as us helping clean up. Anyone else have anything? All right, I need a motion to adjourn. All right, do I have a second? We are adjourned.
With,